Okay, this is take two. For some reason, my phone totally shut off. Like, just went meow, done, and it just restarted. So I don't think I have any updates to do. Anyway, take two on stress and protein and moderation on everything. Sorry about that. This is all in honor of my upcoming book, The Female Fat Solution, the next challenge group I'm running, so you can click on the link that's attached to learn more about that. But if you also would like, hi Beth, if you also would like more information, or would you like 25% off the next group, just message me and I'll send you a special coupon link to get started on that. Really, really excited about all of the information that I am releasing, especially related to thyroid issues, stress, adrenal issues, everything else. So this was kind of a nice weekend for us. Really nice weather outside, and one of the things I noticed that it can be really tough if there's certain situations or things change in your life and you're like, okay, I've got a plan for the weekend, I've meal prepped, I'm prepared, and then all of a sudden it just gets nice out, or you're like, oh, it would be great to just like barbecue or do something totally different. Maybe not the healthiest, but it would be super fun because all of a sudden it's just gorgeous out. So it's really important to sort of roll with these things and take life in moderation. So sometimes that can add to stress that you may already have. If you're like, oh, I can't go off of what I'm supposed to do. Stress in your body has a really negative response. I mean, of course, certain stresses are there to keep you alive, right? Like reactions, put your hand on a stove top that's hot, you don't want to burn yourself. Stress responses occur so that you stay safe. Safety first. But otherwise, when you're really trying to get to certain health goals and you have a lot of stress in your life, it can feel like I'm run down all the time. I can't focus. I can't even meal prep for today, let alone multiple days. What is going on? I don't even know how to function really every day in my life, and I'm having a hard time putting everything together. And then that stress runs you down completely, so it's hard to stay on track. Beth, you said your thyroid's broken. It doesn't function right. Ooh. Yes, and then this would be the perfect group for you if your thyroid's not working right, because we are going to go over some specific thyroid things in the next challenge that I'm really excited about. So with stress, though, and talking about getting enough protein in your day, that's really important, because when your body's under a lot of stress, it's going to take some of the protein that you're eating and turn it into sugar and then store it in fat cells. So normally your protein just goes into your muscle tissues. This does not. Your protein is going to get stored in your fat cells. So this is a fat cell. And it's just going to get stored in here, which makes those fat cells blow up bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're like, oh, why would it do that? Why? But why? Why would you want to do that? Cortisol. Stress does that to you. So this process is called gluconeogenesis, and it happens with everyone when you're under a lot of stress. And important things to realize here is that when you are under stress, this is just something that you can't stop from happening, but you can be prepared for it and know that this is kind of lurking around the corner and change things accordingly. One is really making sure you're getting the right amount of carbohydrate. I'm not talking about no carbohydrate or anything like that, because that can actually run your body down even more. So the right amount of carbohydrate, and then getting even more protein. Protein is the name of the game. You have to get even more protein in your body, because some of it's going to want to turn to sugar, and you need even more to support that lean muscle tissue. So the amount of protein that it takes to start protein muscle synthesis to support those lean muscles, if you're working out or even being really active, you got a super busy day or whatever, you need 20 grams of protein, right? That's the benchmark on what research has shown, 20 grams. Now you're under a lot of stress, and you know that some of that protein is being turned into sugar and stored in fat cells, so you're going to need even more than that. Little tip there. Tuck that in your back pocket. So upping that by at least 5 to maybe 10 grams is going to be important. Shooting for 25 to 30 grams of protein so that you are supporting your body in the right way. Otherwise, your body's going to get run down even faster. Your body's going to say, whoa, not only I'm trying to get proteins, but still so much of it is being turned to sugar. Now when I try and exercise or work out, because exercising helps decrease my stress, right? Right? Sure. If you're supporting your body nutritionally to go through that process correctly, yes. Otherwise, if you're not getting the right amounts of protein, so you're going to need more than this, then all of a sudden your body's going to attack the muscle tissue to get more energy from that because it's faster, quicker, and a better source of energy. And it's going to want to keep storing all these sugars and everything in those fat cells. Which is not what you want typically, right? I mean, maybe somebody does. But most people that I talk to, they don't want this. They're like, no, I don't want my fat cells like this. I want my fat cells to look like this. Little tiny, little flat, little pancakes. Just small. Just neat. Just tiny, right? So this is what we're going for here. So there's some very specific things. Higher protein, again, 20 grams is that minimum. If you're under stress, you need even more, right? And the piece about moderation, so it's birthday season for me. Not for me. It's not my birthday. It's my kids' birthdays. And like people in my family's birthdays. It's like everybody's birthday. My kids are all born within 2.5 weeks. They're all 2 years apart within 2.5 weeks. Insert jokes here. So, yeah. So there's lots of cake and sugar and everything and all these things. Oh, such a cute little fat cell. I know, isn't it cute? It's so cute. Cute little fat cell. Everybody wants that one. So having moderation is really important, and running around with kids and everything is a stressful type of life. So I'm making sure that I'm getting high amounts of protein. I'm shooting for like 35 grams of protein when I'm looking at a meal. That's important for me, my goals and my body mass. I'm a tall gal. I'm 6'2", and I'm trying to really get really good deltoids here. So those are my goals. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. And then there's stress, of course. So I know this is a battle that I have all the time because the busy life and then kids, right? But the other piece of it too is that if you stress out about, oh my gosh, I have to be really strict and rigid and everything all the time, that's not going to work either. So I made, some different changes to make it feel like I was being included in some of the birthday things because I'm not, some of that stuff I don't eat because it just doesn't make me feel good. So like kids enjoy and indulge, and I'll have a little, treat myself at the same time to be in celebration and to, kind of go along with that. So I'm not totally being excluded because that's not fun, especially during birthday season when it's all the dang time. But it's not at the same level, and it definitely helps keep me on track. So there's this moderation piece that you got to insert in there. Otherwise, it just gets to be even more stressful. And then you get really sick of it. It gets to be this huge pressure thing, and then eventually you just cave and then eat in like an entire bag of Hershey Kisses or something, which I have done before. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or an entire pizza or whatever. So that's the piece where that stress threshold all of a sudden will break and you'll be like, ah. So the moderation piece is nice. Get your proteins in, maybe have a fat bomb if you need it. And if you're curious about the fat bombs, I just did a segment up in Fargo about fat bombs, and we made fat bombs and they were delicious. So I can throw those recipes if you want them. I do, Cindy. I do. Yes, I do. All of my kids are born right now, and they are so wonderful, and I do love them. But wow, when they get sugar. I think that's true for any kid, though, right? But yeah, so lots of protein, fat bombs if you need it, and then moderation with everything else, and just kind of give yourself that grace. So I know that this is birthday season for me. It happens every year, right? So I prepare for that. I prepare for the birthday season. I up my workouts. I make sure I'm being really tight on my nutrition around these days and events that are really important for the kids. So just ways to keep on track. Little things that help make your life easier, make it feel like you're still being successful. So these are all things that I go through in the challenge group. So many women have busy lives, and you not only want to be successful on a program, but you also want the tools to continue being successful down the road. That's what I see a lot of value in. Not just, oh, here, try this crash diet thing. No, these are real tips. This is real information that you're not only going to be able to use now, but use in the future, long-term, tools that you can draw from for whatever situation you're in. That's what I get really excited about educating women on. So knowing things like you need a minimum of 20 grams of protein to start that protein muscle synthesis, but when you're under stress and your body's turning some of that protein into sugar, storing it in your fat cells, you got to increase that more just to keep up with what your muscle cells need. So little tweaks like that, huge difference in your results. Otherwise, you're going to be like, oh, I was doing good. Why am I stuck at this plateau? You're going to have to up that protein to really support that muscle tissue and get that different result. Whew. Okay, that's what I got for you guys. If you found this information helpful, if you would do me a favor and click that share button, more people can get this information and understand why they may be struggling when they're under stress. And then if you are interested again in joining our next challenge group and want 25% off, just send me a message and I will send you that link and you can join us. I'm really, really excited because we're going to be focusing on adrenals, thyroid issues, and other hormone issues in the next group. That's going to be our target focus. Okay, everybody have a great night and I will see you tomorrow.